let's see if I can figure out how to turn the chat on. Boom. Let's see. Live chat. Thank you, Chris G. Ah, admin, is that, were you called an admin or a moderator? I don't remember. Top chat? Yeah, see, I guess I have to have live chat on. What does this do? What does this button do? Ooh. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh, that's fun. Let's do that one. I didn't know I could do that. Let's see. Nope, not doing any of those things. Cool. All right. Is it 10 yet? Does anyone know? Let me look. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wow. I think we have 6 minutes. But I'm not sure because this phone doesn't know what time it is. Let's see. Let me know if you're still here and if you lost it during that moment or if you had to come back. Oh, good. Well, I'm here too. I'm going to try to get some sound effects going. I'm surprised Midnight Rider's not here because he asked me what time I was going to do this. And I sent him a screenshot of where I said 10 on Patreon and 10 on Instagram. I'm good. How are y'all? Oh, shoot. That's okay. All right, it seems that one of my devices has been blocked from connecting to the Wi-Fi, and it's not connected to anything else. So without that, we will not have sound effects and music tonight. Yeah, I can see your comments. All right, so let's see. I love this filter. That's so cool. I have so many things to tell you. If I only knew what time it was. 4 minutes. I think. Let me check. Yes, 4 minutes. This is neat. I like this book. Is the title of the book backwards for you? Hello, Shahid. Welcome, Mr. Turner. Oh, good. It's only backwards for me. What fun. I have brought some show and tell items. And I have brought some new stories that you haven't heard before. And some visual aids for stories you have heard before. Me too, Shahid, but tonight is Spooky Saturday. So I am not dressed as Marilyn tonight. I am just me. And we're going to tell some ghost stories. And if you have any ghost stories that you have personally experienced and you would like to share, you can type them on in and I'll read them to everybody. It's going to be fun. It is, man. this is a thing I used to do on a streaming platform. And aside from that, it's just the thing that all my friends know me for. Once I said, "Hey everybody, tell me the craziest ghost story that's ever happened to you." And my friends all said, "I only had a ghost story that happened when you were there." I was like, "Oh, that's weird. I have them all the time." Are you sure? Okay. I think maybe people just don't remember or realize. Maybe, I don't know. So it's supposed to start here at 10 Eastern, which is in 1 minute. Kick off your shoes, make yourself a drink. We're going to have some fun tonight. Let's use this rickety creaky thingy. Almost. Trying to get some atmosphere. Those are my props. You can't see my props yet. Let's see. This is a book my dad just got me. It is perfect timing, isn't it? I don't know why the screen went black right there. But there you go. He sent it to me. I got it yesterday in the mail. I said, wow. All right, so let's see. 10 o'clock. Welcome, everybody, to, let's see. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. If you want, I can make it darker in here. But hi, everybody. It's Marilyn. Let's see. You can sing and dance too? Awesome. Well, welcome. Should I make it darker in here? I guess I could have done like a lighting check, but I just didn't bother. Man, this is gonna be interesting. I can either get the candle in it or not. Not bad. All right. Let's see what it looks like darker. Let's see if that's too dark. Is that too dark, you guys? What do you think? Is this going to be too dark for everybody? Why do I still have such a bold shadow, like the sun is shining on me? Shahid, this is Chris G. Chris G, this is Shahid Turner. Oh, thank you. It works for now until it gets darker where you are, and then forget it. Okay, this looks really cool to me, I think. So let's just get started. Yay! Welcome, everybody. Where do I want to start? Okay, so as many of you know, at least 50% of you. Hi. Hey, Midnight Rider. As you guys know, I am on the road in an RV and traveling around. And the RV is new since we've had it for almost a year, okay? Oh, everybody get to know each other. We have Shahid Turner here. We have David McKenzie and Chris G. Welcome, everybody. Get to meet each other now. You're really quick with the numbers there. I'm not even going to bother trying to math that. So when we got the RV, the very first before we had even slept in it once. It was parked in a storage lot. We had not gone anywhere, done anything. It was just parked all by itself in a lot. It was locked up tight. There was nothing in it because it was new. We hadn't done anything yet. And John, if you are following Laugh Tours, you know who John is. John was redoing the back room. I would love to see you sing that song. I would love to see it. Absolutely. If you want to leave a link to a video in the comments, we'll all watch it. I promise you. Everyone here will totally check it out. We would love to see that. So John was remodeling the back room with our friend Mark, and they ripped everything out of the back room. Then Mark left, John left. It was there overnight, all by itself. They did one last sweep. And sitting on top of the stove, yes, Mike, dude, that's John. Sitting on top of the stove, which has a black metal cover built into it, just a clean black stove cover on a clean empty counter. For some reason, in the middle of the stove, in a very noticeable place, was a brand new box of a complete set of drill bits for a drill that we have and his friend had. And so he took a picture of it and sent it to his friend Mark and said, "You left your drill bits in the RV." And Mark said, "Here's a picture of me with my drill bits. Well, whose are those?" And John didn't own any. So where did those come from? And why were they in there? And we don't know. They were brand new. The whole case was there, snapped shut. It was just, I have no idea. We have no explanation. Nobody else was in there. They were not there when they left, and they were there when John went back. Totally unexplainable. We have no idea where it came from. And then skip ahead about 4 or 5 days, and I kind of joked, "Oh, maybe our RV is giving us gifts." We go back to remodel the cabinets. If you watch the Laugh Tours channel, you can see that we took all the cabinets apart, painted them, and put them back together. And during that process, John took the white cabinet doors back to mount them back on the wall. And by the door, when you first come in the RV, there's one little ledge, like where probably people would put their keys. We don't, but that's probably what it's thought to be used for. You can put your coffee there, I guess, when you're going in and out on the stairs. I don't know what it's for. It's this big, so it's not very useful for much of anything. But when we got back to the RV, for no reason, this was on that surface. And we don't know these people. And it was just set, just perfectly waiting for us to open the door, facing the door, laid flat, perfectly unbent photograph of some family. Now, the RV has plates from, I think, New Mexico and Colorado, but this family is from Texas, and this picture was taken at the Alamo. So we just called it white people because we don't know these people, and they look like super white people. I don't know, they look very white people. They look like the upper class Ivy League people. We have no idea who they are. There's no names or anything. There's no information. It just says the Alamo, and it says March 27th, 2013. Who are these white people? If you're these white people and you're watching this video, please leave a comment and let us know if you ever owned an RV that went to the Alamo. So we said, this is the giving RV. It keeps giving us weird stuff we can't explain. And it's always on a clean, flat surface. So if our RV is a mess, we're not finding anything that's not ours. But every time we clean it, something like that happens. And we go, what the heck is this now? I think I found like a brand new Sharpie or something the last time we cleaned it, which wasn't that often. Anyway, wouldn't it be crazy if they watched this video? I'd be so excited. So I should tell you where I'm sitting. I was going to do this video at a battlefield because we are currently in Virginia, surrounded by battlefields and Civil War and I guess historic buildings and such. So actually, we went to, I was going to do that, but I wasn't sure about the signal strength. But I did go to a Civil War battlefield, which is now a cemetery where they buried the Civil War soldiers who fought there. And I found a pile of shattered bricks. And they were set kind of off the side of the cemetery in an empty field all by themselves, but they're very old bricks. Like something just fell apart and they just pushed it into a pile and said, I don't know, man. So these are pieces of those bricks. I just picked these up off the ground because I took a picture of them. I'll share it on Instagram, but they were just in a pile and looked like they were going to be removed. There was no indication that they're going to be anything done with them. So I figured this is history, this is important, and it's kind of neat. But I will say that ever since I brought these back to the RV, there has been a very unpleasant, heavy sadness on the two of us. And John doesn't know that these have been in the RV, by the way. But the day after I brought them in with us, he said, I'm just so sad and I feel like I want to die. And it was out of nowhere. And I was like, me too. So let's work on that. So anyway, I'm probably going to take them back where I found them because that's what my dad taught me to do. When I take, he does now. That's right. John, are you here? I just thought, let me see if I bring him back. And I didn't know if anything spooky was going to happen as a result of bringing them back. And I just wanted to wait and not plant the seed in his head because sometimes, that'll freak him out. So I thought if there's nothing to freak out about, then there's no reason for him to know. But maybe there is. Maybe it's a weird seed of sadness that I've planted that made us both really depressed for a couple days. And I was like, I got to get those things out of here. Oh, so now, where am I now? So we didn't go to the battlefield. Plus, I don't know about nighttime, like trespassing laws in Virginia. I don't know anything about any of that. So I thought it'll just be easier to do it here. And plus, here is maybe more spooky than a Civil War battlefield. And if that tells you anything, get ready. Okay, so I am currently sitting, and I'm not exploiting the situation, but this is the reality of where we are staying. And I think that it is uncommon that one space would have this much going on. And there's been so much other activity as I think a result of what's going on and what's happened here that I thought, you know what, it would be kind of weird. Yeah, Christine or something. I thought it would be kind of weird not to mention what's happening. So I didn't plan this part. I thought I'd be hanging out over there where there's a bed, and I thought Kitty was going to come in here with me and hang out with me, and it would be a little less weird. But in the exact place that I'm sitting, in the same direction that I'm facing, a couple of weeks ago, I got you, I'm there. A woman passed away right here just a couple weeks ago. And it wasn't sudden or crazy or dramatic or anything. It's just that happened. The thing about this room and what makes it that uncommon, because it's not uncommon for people to pass away inside houses, but what makes that uncommon for this room is that she's the fourth person to pass away in the last, I think that's uncommon. If you have a room in your house that everybody calls the death room, let me know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think this is normal. I don't think this is a common thing. I don't think that most people have this experience. So I think that that is something that is worth sharing, because I mean, that's pretty weird. And it's not a hospice facility. It's just anyone in the family who wasn't doing well came here. And this is the room. So, I don't know, man. My grandma's house was kind of like that. I was born in Torrance, which is basically downtown LA. And my grandma's house, where I lived when I was 2, born and stuff. How many is 4? Since the house was built, I think, but I don't know, because before that it was a Civil War battlefield. So, I mean, that's all I know about personally, where I can tell you like their names and everything. But my grandma's house, where I was born and grew up to about 2, and then went back when I was 21. My grandma passed away in her room, and then her parents passed away in the next room over, both of her parents, and her daughter, my aunt, passed away in the other bedroom. So each bedroom had at least one person die in it. So that house had an energy until my aunt died, and then it was completely, it's like she took everybody with her when she died. So the weird crowded energy that was in my grandma's house dissipated when my aunt died. So I think she cleared it, I guess. But this house has not been cleared. The last person right here just certainly didn't take everybody with her. I don't think she's left at all. And her ashes are here. And the person who passed away previous to her, their ashes are right outside the door. And by the way, there are so many dogs here. I don't mean running around wagging tails. I mean like here I am constantly tripping over dogs and looking down and seeing that there isn't one. And when we first arrived here, there was a huge snowstorm, like a crazy blizzard. And so we came into the house and we went into a room upstairs with Kitty to kind of take shelter from the storm. And Kitty, you guys, if anybody here doesn't know Kitty, he is an adventure cat. You can check out Laugh Tours. He is not afraid of anything. He is unbothered, and he will go anywhere. If you open the door in a new state, in a new country, whatever, he is off and running. He wants to see everything. He is fearless. So when we went upstairs during the snowstorm, Kitty, who's lived in several houses with us, hid under the bed and would not come out for any reason. And when I got down on the floor with him to comfort him, he's up like this. He goes right up to them. He touches them with his nose. Why? But yeah, he went under the bed. He wouldn't come out. And I got on the floor to try to comfort him. And it was freezing on the floor where I was sitting, even though the heater was running and the whole house was warm. And we had 2 heaters running inside the room. It was freezing in that one spot down on the floor. And I know you can say heat rises, all that, but those heaters were pointed right at me on purpose. And I was trying to get Kitty to come out, and I thought maybe he's afraid of a dog, which he's not generally afraid of dogs. I don't think he even knows what they are, because he seems very unconcerned. He doesn't like snow. He's not afraid of it, but he doesn't like it. So I asked John, I go, is there a dog in here? Is there a dog's ashes in this room? And he goes, no, I don't think so. I know there's 2 downstairs. 3. There's 3 dog ashes downstairs. And there was 1 upstairs. And I found it in the dark because I figured there was a dog keeping Kitty under that bed. And so I turned on the flashlight on my phone and I looked to my right, and right next to my shoulder was a wooden box with a dog's name on it. And I said, oh yeah, there is a dog down here. That's why Kitty's not coming out. So that was the very first thing that happened here before this woman passed away and any of that started. But that was my first experience in this house, was knowing that dog was there in the dark. So now, shuffle ahead a little bit, and now this woman passed away. I'm trying to think and make sure I don't leave anything out, because it's been a lot. There's been a lot happening. So I'm trying to be respectful and not leave out any information. No, nothing happened that night. But then her ashes, she was taken away within hours. She was taken out. And then her ashes were sent here. No, somebody went and picked up the ashes of this woman pretty quickly, like a couple days, it seemed, after she passed away. The day the ashes returned to the house and were taken upstairs, the downstairs bathroom smelled like cigarette smoke when I used it, and nobody here smokes. This woman used to, but it's been like a year since she's smoked. So there's no reason that would... It does. It does. Bucky! Hi, Bucky! We're doing Spooky Saturday. I'm so glad you're here. Bucky, this is Shahid. Christy is here. Midnight Rider is here. I think that's everybody. I don't know if Shahid's still here. And now Bucky's here. So, okay. So she passed away. The ashes come back. That day, the downstairs bathroom smells really strong, like cigarette smoke to me when I came in to use the restroom. Later that night, I tell John, sorry, there was a shadow I can't explain of a tree. All right. Anyway. I missed you too. So later that night, I tell John, oh, by the way, the bathroom smelled like cigarettes today. And he said, it did for me too. I smelled it too. And I said, when did you smell it? Because for me, it was like 2 p.m. And he said, it was like 6 p.m. By the time I left the bathroom, it didn't smell like that anymore. It was really strong when I walked in. I said some things. It went away pretty quick. And then it didn't smell like that again. So for him to smell it again, really strong, hours later, and he doesn't smell anything, by the way. I'll be like, do you smell that? It smells like propane. It smells like gasoline. It smells like anything. He's not going anywhere. I'm gonna. Are we good? Is it gonna? Hi. Okay. I'm gonna sit down right here on this 100-year-old couch. I guess. Okay, here we go. Oh, thank you. No, it's an official. It's not official without some interference. Okay. Well, for this next trick, I'm going to use a visual aid anyway. Let's just take advantage of the situation of the internet signal or whatever that was. So, after all that happened, I went out and took a bunch of pictures as Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and I took some pictures here on this couch. I guess I could. Okay. And in order to take pictures and videos on this couch, I had to turn on every lamp. Because as you can see, it's kind of dark in here. So I turned on this lamp, that lamp, and namely this one. So this one is our star. This lamp is in the perfect spot to give the best lighting of all the lamps. This one gave the best lighting. We tried to use the ring light, and for some reason it would not work, no matter what we did. But this one gave beautiful light. Let's see. There she is in all her glory. Okay. So after filming for Belle and taking a couple pictures, we put everything back where it was and left to the RV. The next day, you guys have to tell me how gravity works, okay? Oh, yes. Oh, it is. Yeah. All of this stuff is. So, this lamp, John and his mom discovered had been moved, not by us. We left it right there. All we did was turn it on and then turn it off again, like I just did. So for some reason, I'm gonna take this off, by the way. For some reason, the next day, this had been moved in a way that had never been done before in its entire history, that nobody knew it could move in that way. And no one can explain how it got there. So no one knew that it unscrews right here. This part will unscrew from the glass. Nobody knew that it could do that. But it did. It unscrewed itself in half. This base stayed exactly where it is now. completely unmoved. It's really like you can't push it unless you really want to. It didn't move, but the top half, oh yeah, because it's back here. I guess there's nothing in this. There are no wires. But that might just be because it was in half. And maybe this is just how it got put back. I don't know. So it unscrewed here. And then this part, okay, this is really heavy glass. It's antique glass. This is just a regular old lampshade, and there's a regular light bulb in there. The heavy part, the way gravity works, I don't know how it would unscrew itself from the base, but the heavy part would fall down, directly straight down, right? It could go straight down, back here, anywhere behind the couch. There's lots of room back there for it to go. Go this way. There's lots of places for it to fall off of this little tiny table, okay? I will tell you where it was. This lamp unscrewed itself in half, flipped upside down, even though it is not top heavy. And this part of the lampshade, whoop, was upside down over here in the pillows in the middle of the couch. The glass part was facing up. Nothing was broken. It was gently placed. The lampshade wasn't even crooked. If anyone can explain that to me, please do. I'd love to know, because I currently do not know, and that bothers me. Okay, so now I'm going to get out of this room because it's weird. Oh, wait, no, I have something else that happened in this room. Okay. Before we can leave this room, I'll turn the camera this way so that you can see what else is going on. Now, this hasn't happened for a couple days, but John walked through this room into the room we were just in a few days ago, and it must have been 2 or 3 in the morning. This is a basket of children's toys, if that's not already creepy. Somewhere in the bottom of it is a doll that spoke to him out of the clear night, the pitch black night. He was on his way to a restroom in that room, death room, and that box of toys said, 1, 2, 3, my name's Tiffany. And he jumped out of his skin. And he said, what? And there was no response, because why would there be? And then he used the bathroom, and then he ran his tail right back to the RV. So the next day, I'm here by myself, and I'm sitting in this room, and I hear it, and I go, who is that? Who is here? And so I come out, and I look around, and I'm waiting, and it goes, 1, 2, 3, my name's Tiffany. And I was like, what? And it was in this box, and I said, maybe the batteries are dying. It's not like somebody moved it at all. It hasn't been moved. We're in Virginia right now. No one's moved this in quite a few days. So it's not like it got rustled around and something hit the button or something. Nobody did that. So I said, okay, maybe the battery is dying and it's just doing that so that you'll replace the battery, which means it's going to do that constantly until it dies forever. So I started filming because I thought this is going to be a funny story for Laugh Tours. I'm going to be like, imagine hearing that in the middle of the night on your way to go to the bathroom, and now you don't need to go in the bathroom anymore because you just went in your pants. I was going to do a little joke about it. I filmed this thing for over 20 minutes and it never said it again. Should we find it? I feel like I should dig and see if it still works. Because if I could dig her out, which I don't even know what doll it is, if I can get a doll to say that again, then I'll know that the batteries were not dying. But I also kind of don't want to know. Should I try to find her right now, or should we move on? Because I don't like this room. Okay. Okay. Ernest. Topical. Oh. Okay, let's see. SpongeBob. That chair. This chair? Yeah? This is called a damn it doll, apparently. Grasp it firmly by the legs and find a place to slam it. Yell, damn it, damn it, damn it. All right.
Caitlin, this message goes to you. Look. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Another perfect.
Okay. I don't know what that is, but I don't like it, and that's not what it is. It's Bo Peep. She's certainly not Tiffany. I'm looking for anything that talks. If anybody knows what a Tiffany doll looks like. It's Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh, by the way, I would not ever be... It is, right? No, I'm not at the boarding house. I would not do this if you guys weren't here. I just want you to know that. I don't even know why this won't. I don't know why this won't turn off. Which one? Which one was it? That's Mickey Mouse. Dude, it's... I know you guys heard that. The batteries are not dead. And it took a lot for that to happen just now. And what is this? What is this? That's great, Bucky. Which chair? This chair or this chair? There's also a couple 100-year-old chairs over there too. Anyway. That Tiffany thing. Oh. That is the room we just came out of. That is over by the death row. Okay. I'll go back and tell you what that's about after we find Tiffany, because now I have to. Let me see if you guys can hear this. All right, whatever. Sounded like a woman talking. All the way back there? From what? There's no light source behind the camera. The camera was on. Oh, the candle maybe? Anyway, all right, let's keep going through this toy basket here. See if we can figure out what the heck. All right, Tiffany, where are you? None of these look like a Tiffany. It's Ray. Giraffes don't exist. All right, let's see. Blue's Clues. 1, 2, 3. I'm Tiffany. Okay, that's not what I heard. So how do you get this thing to do that? Oh, okay, good. Is Tiffany this cat? No. 1, 2, 3. I'm Tiffany. How in the world was that little clock getting pressed? What? I'm going to do an experiment where I'm going to leave this out so that nothing is touching any of these buttons. Is there anything on There's nothing. I'm going to leave the damn it doll. I'm going to leave this out in this room, and if she keeps talking, I'm going to be like, listen, girl, it's a clock. So it's the clock that is speaking. I don't know. There's a lot of scary toys in here. I don't know why that would be the one. I don't know how to turn this one off. Oh! Why did it turn off just when I touched it? I'm not, okay, whatever. Nope. I'm going to clean up the mess that I just made with the toys. I know, but it would only have been talking in the middle of the night for no reason if the batteries were dying, because nothing was moving or touching it. So the fact that it has batteries that still work is more concerning to me. Okay. So there was that. Okay, let's go. I'm just gonna sit over here. Oh, this will be fun. Jeez, crazy. I'm gonna have you guys hang out here with the ashes. This isn't ashes. That button was so small. It was hard for me to do it intentionally. stuff, put it all in place. Okay. Anyway, I'm glad we found Tiffany because I wanted to know what the heck her problem was this whole time. Yeah, exactly, Becky. It's not fun. Children things are not. I ain't playing around with. So now, I'll ask, actually, I'm going to open it up. If anybody here wants to tell a ghost story that they have personally experienced and would like to share with us now. You know what I should do? I can see he's not watching right now. Because I can see how many people are watching and you're all here. I should take that toy to bed with me and just push that button in the middle of the night and hide it where he can never find it. And then act like I don't know where it's coming from. And just be like, out here now? But you know what? What if it went off on its own and I was like, like that could really backfire on me. What are you talking about? I don't hear anything. Oh my gosh. What if I like quietly went live on YouTube and I was like, I'm just using my phone, blah, 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 blah. And then I just push the button. Can you curse on YouTube live? Because he would. Oh my God. I should never prank anyone because I cannot handle it if I get pranked. I'm not good. But I do get some good ideas, I think. I don't know. I wonder if he would leave the RV quickly or if he would try to find out where it was coming from first. Oh, there was more. Okay. He would, absolutely. Something mean. There was another thing in the RV since we've been here. I can't believe I forgot. Okay. There's a hood over the stove, and John took the hood off the stove to paint the cabinets underneath and then put the hood back on the stove, like over it. And it has a fan that runs, so he had to connect it electrically and everything. Thank you. And one night, I was in the back editing videos in our little editing studio. You're safe. You're safe from any repercussions. And I was going through my pictures to put into a video, and I saw that picture of the white people. And I said, hey, that's right. And I said, you guys, where have you been? It's been a while since we've seen anything from you. And then I got up just to stretch my legs. I walked into the kitchen and I looked over at the hood over the stove for no reason. I was drawn to just go there automatically. And I thought, gosh, it would be so convenient if there was a light there, because all the lights in an RV are like on the roof in the center. And when you turn them on, no matter what you're trying to do in any direction, you're in the way and your shadow is on whatever you're trying to look at. It's so frustrating. And we have to give Kitty his pills every night on the counter. And I thought it sure would be helpful if there was a light that we could turn on the counter so we could see what the heck we're doing. And then I looked at the hood and I saw 2 buttons. And I was like, oh, I bet there is for the stove. And I looked in between our collection of magnets, and one has a fan on it and one has a picture of what looks like a light bulb. And I said, hey, John, is there a light on this? And he goes, no, when I took it apart, I didn't see any lights. And I said, but there's a picture of a light bulb next to this switch. And he goes, try it. And I click, 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 nothing. And I said, well, there's a place to put a light. If we get one, maybe we can have a light here. And he said, I didn't see anywhere you could put a light bulb, or I would have already done that. And so I'm looking underneath it. I had to move all my cereal boxes first. And there's nothing. There's no light anywhere. There's no light bulb showing. I don't see a place where a light would go. So I went, oh, well, I guess we'll figure it out tomorrow. We'll look it up on the internet, see if there's a user manual or something. I go to bed. I'm playing my crossword puzzles and my bingo because I'm 100 years old in my soul. I was born 100. And it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I physically heard, Kitty was sleeping right here. Kitty jumped. I jumped. Dink! It made a dink sound, like someone flicked a window or a glass. Dink! I went, no effing way. And I sat up, and John goes, what is it? And I go, it's that effing stove light. It had come on its own at 4 o'clock in the morning, right after I was talking about it. And he goes, nuh-uh. So John runs over and starts messing with the light switch. He turns it off and it turns off. He turns it back on. It doesn't come back on. And he goes, now why isn't it working? No, he said, why is it working now? And I go, I don't know. And then he tried it and he goes, why isn't it working now? And we're laughing about it and we're discussing it. And I said, oh, it's the giving RV. Thanks to those white people. And it came back on. And he goes, why is it working again? But then he got under it and he goes, oh, I see where, okay, it's behind a cover. There's like a white cover that just looks like the bottom of a fan. So he's like, oh, I see, it's behind this cover. We've been having a great time with all the weirdness that's been happening. White people for well, are all ghosts like a white light? No, because some are shadows, right? Oh well. Anyway, it was such a bizarre. Wait, what? What is James Webb Telescope? I can't Google it. So if you guys want, I have brought this book that my dad gave me for Valentine's Day. And this hotel is in a city where my family lives. One of the many cities where my family lives. I don't know. But California Central Coast is where I'm from. And if you saw my Marilyn Monday video about Marilyn and Joe's wedding day and night and the next day, it was all in the places that are in this book. The Passerelle Inn. It's in here. Tons of weird stuff going on there. We stayed at Vandenberg Space Force Base for 2 months at the beginning of our journey. That's in here. There's so many. My dad lives near Solvang, It's in here. Just my whole hometown of Paso Robles is all in here. The Wendy video is not mentioned. I don't know. I haven't read it all. I just got it. So let's see. The cemetery where I spent my entire high school youth is in here. The state hospital. James Dean died right outside my hometown on the freeway. So they got stories about him, of course. So 55 is where Vandenberg is. Now they kept talking about a launch facility called A05. Not in this book, but there are. James Webb is the telescope. The mirror's the side. Oh, yeah. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's how far you'll have my back is out. I just heard a dog's collar, so I thought. Anyway. So this Vandenberg launch facility A05 is mentioned a lot in the early 60s. They're all called SLIC, whatever, SLC, like Space Launch Complex. So I don't know what A is for. Nope, that's all they talked about. But you've already obviously heard about the Vandenberg Space Force Base boathouse from me. So there's that. But yeah, apparently A05. But my dad told me while we were at Vandenberg that Slick 6, which is where almost all of SpaceX launches take place, Slick 6 is supposedly haunted. So if they're talking A05 and it's actually Slick 6, then that would make sense. It's short. It's a quick little thing. So let's just read it. Let's find out what they say about A05. Everyone enjoys a good ghost story from around the campfire, out in the wilderness. Okay, skip. Many brave souls read ghost stories alone because they say ghosts are not real. They can't possibly exist because human beings do not return from the dead, right? That's not what... Okay. Tales circulate around Vandenberg Air Force Base about Maelstrom's haunted launch facility A05. It happened in the early 1960s when a security team was posted on A05 due to a security issue. During the night, one of the security guards reported seeing an orb of bright light enter the premises. As the orb was floating and bouncing to and fro, the guard found his partner and they both observed this orb of white light. It transformed into a Native American maiden in full attire. The whole base of 98,000 acres or something is Chumash territory. So when they say Native American, specifically the Chumash tribe, she was wearing silver and many beads. The two were transfixed yet deeply frightened. The mist dissipated. I guess she dissipated into a mist and took off as an orb once again before disappearing. The next night, a security team assigned to A05 observed two orbs. Ooh, she brought a friend the second time. She was like, oh, there's two men. I'll bring my girl. Two orbs making their way inside the facility. The bright lights found their way toward them, and when they touched the ground, they became two different people. The Native American maiden stood on the left, so she came back. Sorry. Right? Thank you. And a Native American chief, dressed in a full feathered headdress, stood beside her. Oh, she brought her daddy to give her away. She was like, I'm gonna get me one of these men. His headdress was so long it reached the floor. The security team was shocked and terrified. The two apparitions then vanished. Sorry, I got really cold all of a sudden, like, and covered in goosebumps all the way to my toes and my hair. It's freezing now, and the heater is on, so I don't know. Let's see. The community attributes the hauntings by the Native Americans to the launch facility being built over a Native American burial ground. Now, let me tell you what my dad said about that. He said that the Chumash tribe on the reservation where he's lived forever, the whole region is burial grounds. If you find human bones anywhere there, it's either from a recent murder, probably by some white dude, or if it's old, it's theirs by default. And my cat, my soul cat, is there also. My dad gave her a Chumash ceremonial burial, so she's there. Anyway, but yeah, not on the base. She's not buried on the base. She's buried in the Chumash region. Anyway, so all the people who are members of the Chumash tribe and him have lifetime passes to go on and off the Air Force Base or Space Force Base whenever they want, because it's their land. That's kind of cool, right? But he couldn't find his. He lost it somewhere in a bunch of papers. So he could not go with us to the boathouse. Ugh. And there's supposedly near the boathouse an ocean cave covered in Chumash art. But nobody knows what any of the art means, and there are no pictures of it anywhere. So I wanted to take him there to interpret it, and I couldn't because he couldn't find his stupid little sticker. Anyway, that's pretty much it, unless you guys want me to read any more from this book. That was all I had prepared for Spooky Saturday this time, which I think is plenty. There's a lot. I don't know. I'm gonna save this video, and then I'm gonna edit out the highlights and take out all the boring stuff and make a shorter video out of it. But I'll be looking in the background for anything spooky. And oh, don't tell anyone. I'll take him here. Anyway, my phone was here. The bed was right there against this wall. Yep, I can't go in that room at all, which is dumb because the router's right upstairs, like directly above us. The toy? Ugh. Anyway, so yeah. So I have not gone back because there's plenty other things happening. I have not gone back to listen to the audio recordings, but I think I have like an hour and a half of like from the moment she passed, just to see if I could hear anything, because her family was here and friends. So I thought, if she has anything, I spoke to her outside and I said, if you have anything you want to tell us, anything you didn't get to say, you can use my microphone. So I haven't gone back to listen to it, but I will. When I edit this video, I'll go back. And that's what I'll listen to when I go to sleep. I'll go to bed and I'll listen to it and see if there's anything on it, because that's totally what you want to listen to right before you go to sleep. And if I hear anything, holy F. Okay, so I guess that's it for Spooky Saturday, because nobody has a story of their own that they want to share. We only got one new face tonight, which is fine. But if anything else happens, I'll tell you. You know I'll tell you. Yeah, totally no nightmares. Everything's totally fine. I'll keep you posted out of respect. Gosh, I get that you don't approve. Say goodnight. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you. I missed this. Bye. Good night.